Many of us wrongly believe that the internet connection that we have today is an outcome of some space-based technology. But this is an absolutely wrong notion, primarily because the global internet's backbone is the undersea cables or seabed cables which connect different parts of the world and form the physical backbone of internet. If you see these undersea cables are in fact the very thick optical fiber cables which pass through the oceans, sometimes touching the seabed, and these sea cables are the backbone of the internet. In fact, these sea cables are increasingly being threatened by the development of new technologies, primarily because most of the global activities today, ranging from political to social to economic activities, are dependent on internet. And 95% of internet traffic, it passes through the subsea cables. So naturally, they have become a strategic asset and they can be targeted by the enemy states in order to disrupt the critical information infrastructure of a nation. In fact, the Indian Ocean region is one of the major transit hub for these subsea cables. Even though we have nearly 100 crore internet users in India, very soon we are going to achieve it, only 17 subsea cables connect India. In fact, this is very less when compared to Singapore, which has nearly 26 subsea cables connecting it. And of the 17 subsea cables too, nearly 15 subsea cables, they harbor or they landfall at a very short juncture in Mumbai, which is a stretch of only 6 kilometers. And this region provides the internet for majority of India. Now, these subsea cables are at the threat of natural calamities sometimes. Even though they are very sturdy and steel reinforced, some major natural calamities can disrupt them. Then along with natural calamities, some sabotage activities, someone can deliberately target them. And along with that, they can also be used or they can also be disrupted by the enemy states during warfare in order to cripple our national defense. This way, the subsea cables are in fact prone to multiple threats. Recently, China became the world's first country to declare that it has the technical capability to cut these subsea cables. In fact, they have created a giant machine which is having a diamond coated grinding wheel which can cut through the fortified subsea cables and destroy them. And if these 17 cables are cut, then our India's connection to the internet is going to get disrupted. Because of which reason, many experts are suggesting that there is a need for diversification of the subsea cables. And along with that, rather than harboring or landfalling at only Mumbai with 6 kilometer stretch, there is a high need for us to diversify the subsea cables to different parts of the coastline of India, because we have nearly more than 11,000 kilometers of coastline today. Then along with that, one more important thing that we need to understand here is these subsea cables are also prone to some kind of sabotage activities, particularly terror strikes if they happen. If they damage the subsea cables, then also it might cause enormous economic damage to us. And very recently, the Houthi rebels in the Red Sea region, they targeted these kind of subsea cables. And along with that, right now India doesn't have the necessary capability. And along with that, even in order to lay a subsea cable to India, nearly 50 clearances have to be taken from various departments. And along with that, there is a problem that we don't even have the technology to repair the subsea cables if they get disrupted. Because of all these challenges, there is high possibility that Indian subsea cables are under high threat. Along with that, India being located at the center of Indian Ocean region, it can become a transit hub for the subsea cables. And we have to tap into this business opportunity. And currently, we have an agreement with the Americans called Technology for Resilient, Open and Unified Security. That is a trust initiative under which we need to focus on diversifying and de-risking our technology. So this is the way forward for us. So we have to be mindful of the Chinese threat, the natural disasters, the sabotage activities, and along with that, continuous provision of internet is very essential for the economic growth of India. And in that interest, we have to secure our undersea cables. Thank you.